Last one in. Ambiente Amigo. They are ready to race here, and they're off. And a nice level break over this extended mile and a quarter. The Basti Equiworld Dubai Middleton Fillies Stakes, this Group 2 contest, is underway, and already there's a bit of a dispute for the pace. Doha is certainly one of those, with the free-running Nakil close up behind them, Carmology's red cap on the outside, and the Italian import Sulife in the light blue and white colours on the rail, racing in 4th, just ahead of Beautiful Love, who's in 5th, with Ambiente Amigo on that one's inside. And then a break to Oisin Murphy on the favourite See the Fire, the purple and light blue chevron and cap, and looking on at the rear, 2 lengths adrift, is Royal Dress as they move past the 7 furlong marker over on the far side of the racecourse. Doha taken on then by Carmology, leading by about half a length or so. They're settling down well now. Racing in 3rd on the inside is Sulife of Nakil and Jim Crowley. Pretty handy at this stage, the Park Hill winner from last September. She's followed through by Beautiful Love, with Ambiente Amigo and Harry Davis on the rail. 2 lengths then back to See the Fire as they begin the turn into the home straight inside the halfway point of the contest. Looking on at the rear is Royal Dress, who's about 7 off the pace here. Doha still has it, but it's only a narrow advantage from Carmology as they move down the centre of the racecourse. Then on the inside, Ambiente Amigo and Harry Davis getting closer. Nakil is under a drive. Here comes See the Fire, scything through the field, and Oisin hasn't done much yet on her, and she's travelling strongly. Whereas under pressure is Sulife, is losing ground. They're coming inside the final quarter mile now, and See the Fire is now being asked to pick up and seal the deal, and she goes on here. She leads by 3, 4, 5 lengths. That's an impressive turn of foot here from this See the Stars filly, and this is all over. This is a procession. It's See the Fire, who's on fire on the Naysmire this afternoon, and you won't see many group races won in this style. See the Fire under hands and heels is going to win by about 10 lengths. Oisin Murphy and Andrew Balding. Beautiful Love got up for 2nd. Royal Dress was back in 3rd, and then Ambiente Amigo. That was spectacular.
See the Fire is absolutely dotted up in the Middleton for connections. Oisin Murphy on board. Jeff Smith bred Arabian Queen. We know exactly how good the mother was. She was mighty impressive. Talk us through it.
Yeah, she relaxed great, Niall, and I felt I got there too early at Sandown, and perhaps she'd been doing a lot of work at home, but maybe she hadn't been asked a question at home, so maybe she did get tired on a stiff track like Sandown. The aim was obviously to run Kalpana and her here today. Unfortunately, Kalpana didn't scope clean on Tuesday, so I switched on to her, and I'm very grateful that Sheikh Fahd allowed me to come here, because obviously we have runners elsewhere today.
She's the reason you're here, and obviously the half-brother in half an hour's time will come on to in a second, but today she was just comfortable the whole way through the race.
Yeah, I didn't see the sections yet, but I thought it was evenly run, and she was always comfortable and in control.
She can take a step up, can't she? She obviously the dam won the job on international. I think that's Jeff's main aim, but maybe in Nassau she's in the Pretty Polly.
Yeah, she was only beaten a head or a neck in the Nassau last year, and I was gutted because I thought we might get there. But anyway, she deserves to win at the top level, and it's great that Jeff is here today enjoying her.
What about Royal Playwright, the half-brother?
Got stuck in traffic in Newcastle on him. It's a deep field, 11 runners. It's going to be a rough race. I think Ryan holds all the aces, particularly because Lina Winter has the best form. And secondly, of the others, I think he's a fair standout. So we're hoping Royal Playwright can run well, but he would need to improve a lot to test the market principle.
Good stuff. Well, she was mighty impressive here. Enjoy.
Thanks, Niall.
Well, the punters were right. That was really spectacular success from See the Fire. For Oisin Murphy and Andrew Balding, she's come miles clear of the rest of the field. She's shown her class, and she's galloped right away from them, the 8 to 11 favourite. In 2nd is Beautiful Love for William Buick and Charlie Appleby, just staying on into that position ahead of Royal Dress for Ben Cohen and James Tate. Well, Oisin Murphy would have been delighted with the way that race panned out, particularly when the jockeys at the 4 decided to come down the centre into the straight. But in truth, he was just on much the best filly.
Yeah, wow, that's a huge improvement, isn't it, from this filly who has regularly promised big performances. She's delivered some, but none of them have been as big as this one. It's a clear career best from her. She's bred to get to enjoy the Knavesmire, see the stars out of Arabian Queen, and she's very much at home here, isn't she, with winning the Strensall and this romp of a performance that really lays down a bit of a marker, doesn't it, for, you know, certainly middle distance fillies this year. It's a really big performance. As I know she was odds on, but to produce that calibre of performance, I think is a little bit surprising.
I agree. Now, the race didn't pan out quite as we were expecting. I thought they'd all be quite happy for Sam James to come across and lead on Carmology. Not the case. Certainly, Harry Davis wanted to get some cover for Ambiente Amigo, who's a bit too keen, but it's Doha and Hector Crouch who takes them along early. Yeah,
he's ended up in front. Now, I suppose we have to put a bit of further context to the race generally, and rather than sort of getting too carried away, in that lots of these fillies are coming back for their season, the likes of Doha and Nakil and Royal Dress, who have got good form in the book last year. They are quite possibly and probably, I would say, a good way below their best, and maybe not in peak condition for today, maybe not running under optimum conditions, whereas See the Fire very much is under optimum conditions, and she has had a run already this spring. So that's a little bit of further context to not sort of get wildly carried away with the birth of performances and figures necessarily, but even allowing for that, flat track, bit of cover, even gallop, that's what she's got today, and she's without a doubt improved on last year's performances.
She really has, and I take your point about the first time out thing. We saw from her that she folded quite markedly in the Gordon Richardson seasonal debut, and the transformation from that to this is huge. So I take your point of context, but just the way she's gone through this is so impressive. And you were talking about wanting to get cover, and that's clearly helped her for a long way. But she's also been in front, racing alone for a long way here, and just galloped to the line.
She has, yeah, and she's just continued to plough on her own steam, hasn't she, and go further and further clear. In half an hour or so's time, we've got the Dante. That will give us a good guide in terms of time comparisons between races and allow us to put a little bit more meat on the bone of exactly what we're seeing from See the Fire in terms of performance. But no, really smart effort, and absolutely no question whatsoever, surely, that she's back here for the Juddmonte International in August.
Well, Dan won it. Surprise Golden Horn in it. Why wouldn't she come back? And she's looked at her best here.
Yeah, that's
twice.
That's why I say whatever happens in the interim, surely that's where she will come, because she's very effective here, and who's to say that she couldn't play a big part. We'll learn more as the season goes on as to how believable this improvement is and this performance is, but certainly looks good.
Well, she's potentially got the Irish Pretty Polly Stakes Group 1 on her dance card, and why wouldn't you after this performance? See the Fire impressively wins the Middleton for Oisin Murphy and Andrew Balding.
Oh, that's the most impressive winner of the week so far, isn't it? Tremendous performance from See the Fire. She ran in the Eclipse last year. I wonder whether that will be under consideration. She was the 8-11 favourite and very well backed to take the Middleton.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.